What to do if you haven't heard from him. How many times that has happened? I'm Raika Yahmai, the founder and CEO of Dating with Confidence. And as always, it is my absolute joy and pleasure to be connecting with you through these TV episodes. I love helping women find love because having love is so important in my life. So I want to help as many women as possible who want to have what I've been creating in my life and what my clients have been creating in their lives. So without further ado, let's get going. Today's subject is about, or today's topic is about what to do if you haven't heard from him. How many times that has happened? I know it happens a lot. Why I do? Because I'm always listening to the ladies in my community. I have this group called Dating Tips for Savvy Single Ladies on Facebook. It's private and it's free. And it's a place where it gives me an opportunity to connect with savvy, smart, successful women who've created success in many areas of their lives. But this dating thing is just still a mystery. And so I have about, over 1,000 people in the group, and we have conversations about what to do to date more effectively. And in that, I hear their questions. And one of the biggest questions is, I haven't heard from him. What do I do? I haven't heard from him. What do I do? And I hear this from my clients too. I get texts like, Raika, I haven't heard from him for like 4 days or 5 days or a week. What do I do? So here's the deal. Are you ready? All right. So number one, don't interpret the situation. Don't interpret why you haven't heard from him. It's so easy. And believe me, I do it too. I just have practiced being mindful not to do it. Of course, my default tendency is to say, oh, I wasn't good enough. They didn't like me. And it's not just in dating. Like I still, I am with the love of my life. I have a life partner, but when it comes to like, whatever other situation where I'm waiting for somebody's phone call and I don't hear from them, my, kind of like inner negative talk comes up and I start interpreting too. So please be mindful and maybe put post-it notes around the house to remind you. Do not interpret the situation. You don't know why he hasn't contacted you. You really don't. Yes, he might not be interested in you. That is very possible, but he might have not thought it's such a long time. He might have been busy doing other stuff. He might have been, if he's a single dad, busy with his kids or kid. He might have a really big project at work. You just don't know. So don't interpret. Take things as at face value. Okay, well, the information I have right now is that I haven't heard from him. And if it continues being like this, then we're not a match because I don't get to know him. He doesn't get to know me, and we're not going to be dating, I guess. That's really all that is, that you just stop it right there. Because when you go into the stories and turn it around and give it a meaning that has to do with you not being good enough, well, guess what? You're chipping away from your confidence. It's affecting the way you're going to show up in your future dates. You're going to walk around with these boxing gloves, not opening up because you don't want this experience to happen because it was so scary that he didn't contact you. All because you don't have the self-validation and self-confidence that says, you know what? So he didn't. I'm going to move on, right? But before you move on, I'm one of those coaches who believes there are no rules. Rules schmools. Rules don't exist. I think that For me and for my clients, what has worked effectively is to have communication, to create connection, and see if there is a response for that. So this is tip number 2. Give him an opportunity to win with you before you call it off. I cannot tell you how many times my clients have put themselves in a situation where they're calling it off with the right guy, right? All because they didn't hear from the guy, they interpreted it, and then they locked or closed the doors, they slanted the doors, and they were like, I'm done, I don't want this, right? And I had to go back and work with them and say, well, let's see what's going on. And go into, figuring out what happened, knowing a little bit of the story, and then telling them, listen, you need to communicate with them before you close the door, because then you're always going to be thinking about it, that if I don't give him an opportunity to win with me, what if I had? What if I had given him an opportunity to win with me? Right? So you're always going to be walking with this question mark. And my motto is, don't walk with question marks, do it so that you have the answer. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, of course, being the question mark, that's how we grow. That's not what I'm talking about here. But I mean, really go, make sure you ask questions and have more information to make a final decision. So give him an opportunity to win with you, to show up for you, to be there, to clarify, to connect. Okay? Now, which brings me to tip number 3. One of the ways to helping him show up for you, or probably in this case, because you haven't heard from him, is to communicate with him. Now, I know for many of you is like, I'm not going to do that, because if he didn't contact me, if he doesn't want to be with me, I don't want to be with him, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I will have my boxing gloves and I'm going to bob and weave and do this or protect myself, and I'm not going to put myself out there. Ladies, scene. So let's do this a different way, a more effective way, because this is not going to work. Nobody likes this. And if this guy really has a legitimate reason, you are robbing yourself from the opportunity to connect with a really good guy. I will tell you this, that when I was first dating my life partner, Tim, I went to New York to perform. I'm also a professional opera singer. So I was in New York performing, and I was coming back, and I really wanted to connect with him so that we can go and see the opera. It was my excuse to get to see him again. So I called him and called him and called him and texted him, and I didn't hear back. It would just go straight to voicemail. I mean, when I say I call him and call him, I called him like maybe twice. I didn't hear back. I texted him, didn't hear back. And I just was like, this just doesn't make sense. This is not the kind of person I've gotten to know about him in our very little interaction that we've had. So I communicated with him. I left him a message, and I said, hi, I've been really thinking about you and trying to get a hold of you because I have tickets to the opera and I haven't been able to get a hold of you. And it is not like you to not respond. I'm just concerned. I hope everything is okay. And when you do get a chance, I would love to know how you're doing. Even if it is for a little, you could just text me because I'm genuinely concerned about you. And I didn't hear for another day and a half. So I went about doing my thing. And of course I had this question mark, like, what happened? Like, it just doesn't match. And we had just started dating, like just. Maybe we had seen each other twice or 3 times by that time. And he got back and he said, I'm so sorry. I was out of town. I went with my friends to, I don't know, the mountains, the ocean, somewhere that I didn't have Wi-Fi and any cell phone connection. So I came back and I saw your texts and I got your message. And I'm sorry that I made you worry. This was what's going. I would love to go to the opera. Can we still go? And I was like, it's tonight, and sure. So we made it work, right? So communicate with him and let him know. It could be something as simple as, good morning, I was just thinking about you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Something as simple as that. Smiley face. If you're texting, make sure you use emoji to soften things, okay? Because it's really easy to kind of come across harsh or matter of fact in text. So be very mindful of that. And tip number 4, and last but not least, ladies, dating is not the end result. It's not the destination. Dating is a road to the destination, right? So it's an opportunity to get to know someone. So I really want you to ask yourself, why am I getting all bent out of shape over somebody I don't really know as much, right? So really bring yourself back and tell yourself, you know, this is exactly why I'm going out with this person, so I can get to know his patterns and habits and how he shows up. And that way, you get to make an informed decision as to whether he's the right guy for you or not. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because it's all about going about this in an empowered way, in a way that you feel confident and validated about yourself. When we get into this situation and the first thing that we want to do is to beat ourselves up or to beat and bash men up, beat men up and bash them, we are not making it easy on ourselves to date. Because dating is hard as it is. It's hard because, yes, it's uncomfortable to go and meet new people. Yes, it takes work, it takes energy, it takes effort, it takes investment, right? So don't make it harder than what it is. So that is the way, and by that I mean, don't add stories to something that you don't have the facts for. You're a smart woman. I know you can do that. So be very aware of when you are adding a story to something that you don't have any of the facts. All you know is that he hasn't contacted you. All right. So I can't tell you how many times these 4 steps have saved my clients from losing a guy that might be really awesome. So I want to hear, how are these tips working for you? Put them into practice. Don't just listen to me, because that's just psychological entertainment. Do them and then come back and say, Raika, I did this worked, this didn't work, blah, 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 and have a conversation with me. Or more, if you want to connect with me in person, make sure you connect with me through my private private Facebook group, Dating Tips for Savvy Single Ladies. Listen, I love connecting with you. So please know that my internet World Wide Web doors are always open to you. You can email me. You can join my Facebook group. You can write a note on my Facebook business page, Dating with Confidence. All the links are below. You can access everything. I'm all over the internet. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, you name it. Website. So make sure that you tell me how these are working for you, so that if something is not, I can help you, I can guide you and give more information. I love to hear from you. All right? Have a wonderful day, rest of your day, and I will talk to you and connect with you in the next Dating 411 episode. Oh, before I go, last but not least, share this with a girlfriend who might need it. Empower another woman with information that's going to help her feel empowered when she's dating. That's our mission at Dating with Confidence. It's a movement to empower women, one woman at a time, by helping her find self-validation, self-compassion, self-love, knowing herself, so that when you go out there, you feel like, this is so easy because I feel good in my skin. I feel comfortable in my skin. And guess what? When you do that, not only does that affect your love life, but it affects all areas of your life. So if you want to be part of this movement that I've started at Dating with Confidence and empower other women and help them create their love life, because at the end of the day, love life means what? Connecting to another person through the language of love, connection, compassion, communication, clarity, right? That's, who doesn't want more of that in our lives? So share it, and if you want, and subscribe, because when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you are going to get a personal notification for the next episode that's coming up in 2 weeks on Thursday. Bye. Now, I want to hear from you. I want to know what's your biggest insight that you're taking away from this video. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Join me at Dating with Confidence in empowering more women on their journey to creating their desired love life.